Okay, so what you see here is a simple drawing, two routers, 1 and 4. I'm going to use router 1 to dial into router 4, but here's the thing. The Tacacs server is going to hold all the credentials. So normally when you're doing simple SSHing and simple telnetting, the credentials typically are on the machines locally. But here I'm going to use the AAA protocols to actually check and verify and authenticate credentials that aren't on the device, but it's going to actually reach out to the Tacacs server and then allow me to dial into number 4, and I will show you that the credentials that I dial in with are not saved on the device locally. So here you see router 4 and router 1 plugged into the switch here, J1, J4, and the purple one is actually the Tacacs server, which is this puppy right here. I got my services up and running on the standalone laptop, and I'll show you how this actually works. So the router that we're going to dial into is 4. So I'm going to do a show run. And what you see, there's one user that's on this here machine that's actually authorized to dial into it from a remote location. Now I also have debug that's actually on, so you can see the authentication and the authorization happen while it's in real time. So from this router, I'm going to dial into 192.168.1.4, which is the remote address of router 4. And as you see here, AAA is actually up and running authentication using the default list. It's prompting me for a username. Now I showed you the username that was on this machine, J, with the password of Jaden. But what I'm going to type in down here is a totally different password. As you see, it actually let me into router number 4. Here it said authorization successful. So what it did, now it's asking me for an enable password. So as you see, it authorization was successful. Method, now we're in enable. Now it wants the password for that. So I'll give it that password. And I'm in router number 4 remotely through the AAA authentication and authorization method. So basically, this router I used to dial into this router, but when it touched this router, it had to come back to the switch and go up to the laptop to get the credentials to say, hey, are you authorized to be in here? So then when it comes back and gives me the pass to say you're good to go, it allowed me to go straight on through. And that's just basic, simple Tacacs authentication, authorization, and I didn't set up the accounting portion, but basically you get the idea of it.